Hi, I'm Rianka, and thank you for listening to 2050 Trailblazers on YouTube. 2050 Trailblazers is a podcast to create a platform and space where we can talk about how to increase the level of diversity in the financial planning profession, share our experiences, and focus on how we can create a more inclusive future. You're about to listen to a snippet of my conversation with Katie Augsburger.
So this was the catalyst for my book, was the experience I had walking into this new space. I was helping an organization look for like new, cool, creative space in Portland. And so we were touring different offices and we found this great old building, and we were walking around and I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. So I went into the restroom and I walk in and there's two urinals there. And I am by nature pretty clumsy. So I was like, I must have walked into the wrong bathroom. So I went, I checked the door. I opened the door again. Nope, it's the women's restroom, two urinals there. And so I had to have that moment where I checked my privilege, right? Like, am I reading this wrong? Like, this is great that they have urinals in here. This is very progressive. And so I said to the building manager, it's really cool that you have urinals in both the men and women's restrooms. And he's like, oh, no, that's because women's restrooms were on the 12th floor. And I gave him that look of I beg your pardon. And he said, yeah, when this building was built, the women's restrooms were on the 12th floor because that's where the secretaries worked. And every other floor just had men's restrooms. And
wow.
Conceptually, I conceptually knew that was part of building design, in the Industrial Revolution to about the 1950s. I understood that conceptually, but I had not ever been in a space where that was the actuality. And I was dumbfounded. Like, I had this moment where, I don't know if this ever happens to you, but your brain feels like it's kind of breaking apart. Like you're trying to put the pieces together. I'm like, what does this mean? And I had this moment where I said to myself, we were never intended to be in this space. We were never intended to be on this floor. And by this floor, I mean this center of power. And not only were we not designed to be there, we were designed to be excluded from that space. And so all of this conversation over the last 10 years, which is good and healthy conversation about leaning in to this workplace, we're asking women to lean into a workplace that was completely not designed for them to be there. And so I had this moment where I was like, what would it look like if we redesigned the workspace? What would it look like if we had not centered the design of work based on a male with a caregiver at home?
Listen to our entire episode and other episodes on 2050trailblazers.com. Also, if you want to stay up to date on the latest episodes or catch up, we're available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Spotify. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends, because we're all a part of this conversation.